Hi, Caitlin. Just taking a look at your logo design here. I'm really liking it so far. I do think I'm not crazy about the font pair. You do have them outlined, which is great um, in both your black and white and CMYK version, so that's good. I did kind of notice a small issue, nothing major, but mostly with this area. If we use the white arrow tool, we can push shift on our keyboard and maybe widen this up a little bit, and we can grab these handles and just kind of thicken and maybe even move this anchor point slightly and then move this in a little bit just to kind of make that look a little bit nicer. Too bad this doesn't have a bit of a round. We could maybe round it off a little bit just to make it look a little closer to what, maybe something a little bit more like that. This one comes to a point, which I'm not sure if I really like that or not. I mean, we could work on trying to get this to be maybe a little bit more like that. And we can use the smooth tool under the shaper tool. It's right here, smooth tool. For some reason, when you select something, you have to reselect it with the white arrow tool and then get back on the smooth tool to make it work. But this can sometimes smooth out shapes. I don't know if it's really helping that much with this. But there's just some of these areas that are a little problematic, slightly. And it's easy enough to use the smooth tool to kind of just click and drag over those anchor points to create a little bit more of a smooth shape in some of the areas, not all of them. Mostly on the stethoscope is where I notice it. You know, maybe doing a little work on that would be good, just in some of these areas, just to smooth it slightly. It's a little thin right here too. I mean, we could pop this out a little bit, and that makes it look a little nicer. Just a small detail. But the font pair and the font placement I'm struggling with a little bit. I think maybe just having them in one line might be the way to go. That might look a little bit better, you know, making sure you're getting it centered. But also, I would play with this font pair. I don't mind Care that much, but this Terry font, I just don't like it. I think the T reads like a 7, and I just don't think it's the best. I think you could still go with a script font if you wanted to. I think it does match the graphic to have a little bit of a script font. I'm not sure if this font is really all that great either. What is this? I have an almond font that I usually like quite a bit. It's more of a handwritten font though, and I'm not sure if I'm crazy about this actually. And I need to kern it by pushing Alt or Option on my keyboard and using the left and right arrows to either tighten or loosen your fonts. But I don't know, maybe something a little different for the Terry font would be good. Still a script would be good, but this is almond. There's other ones out there, obviously. If you need to look for more, you can do Find More here, and then go to Filter, to activate the. This is how you use Adobe Fonts. It's taking a while for this to work. I might have to launch my Creative Cloud application to make this work first, and then go back into Illustrator, go to Find More, and now I can kind of see. And if I go to Filters, I can go to Script, and it'll show me only script fonts. So yeah, you could go through this list, and when you find one, you can activate it by clicking on the cloud. And then don't forget to outline the font once you find it. So that's one way of looking through. And you could even do like, you could go with a bold script by the property. You can just go with heavyweight and click on that. So I'm searching for scripts at heavyweight. Click that, and then we can see what all those are, which they're still loading. My internet's pretty slow today, but hopefully yours would show up here, and you'd be able to tell, and you could activate here. Sometimes it doesn't work right away, so you have to close out of Illustrator, open it back up, and then try again to make it work while having Creative Cloud launched. which is kind of a pain working with Adobe fonts, but they're a little finicky, a little tricky, but you can still get them to work. Yeah, I would just work on the font pair, mostly the Terry text, and maybe refining this just a smidge. But other than that, I think it looks really good. And same goes with this. I mean, once you fix it here, you could just do a file save as and save over this, and then just add your colors that you want, such as the red and blue, and then save that. And then when you're exporting out your JPEGs, just remember to do export as. I'll show you how to export the JPEG really quickly. Desktop, I'm just going to put it on the desktop. You would put this in your logo design project folder, obviously, but we want to make the format of JPEG, and we want to use our artboards, so we want to have that checked and export that. We want that in CMYK at high and push OK. So that's how you would get your JPEG files for both the black and white and the color version of your logo. And so when you turn in your files, just make sure you have 2 AI files and 2 JPEG files, one for black and white and one for CMYK. And zip that up and submit that by the due date in Brightspace. All right, great job. We'll talk to you soon.